to take a big possum.
Oh man, I would have screamed.
Mr. Possum down there was kind of scary on my
Man, I would have screamed, man.
Look what I did to the table.
Yeah, that's
Look, black vinyl.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't that look nice like that? Oh, you got your footprint.
Oh man.
I broke it in a little bit.
So give me the tour.
Okay, well I built a pit here. So we got a fire pit and put these tires I found down there so we could raise stuff up off the ground.
Even the possum.
I got to fill in that low spot. Most of this is already cleared out because I had to camp once before down this way a long time ago. Then we got our mascot, our little Indian bandana. We got a dream catcher back there also. We got our own garden vegetables too.
Yeah?
We got tomatoes and bell peppers. Others.
Look at that.
Show him what you're proud of. Go ahead and do it. Show him, Coop.
What?
Your pride.
He may even want to sip of it. Homemade hooch.
He took that lid off earlier. I got drunk.
Oh yeah. It's
Made it out of fruit.
It's out now. I had a little sugar.
It's still cooking and going.
Yeah?
Bubbling, man.
It's bubbling, yeah. It's working.
I've had about 7 cups of it.
Yeah, think what
I
it,
was buzzing.
think what it does when it goes down.
I wasn't feeling no pain. I've been clearing this stuff out and clearing out the ivy and oak and sumac. We're not allergic to it, but some other people are. And we got a little table here. This is Jim's bike. We got a smoker here. We got a small one too. A little
Cool.
small bucket. We got hatchets and saws and everything. So we're protected good. It's got a bow saw. I got a machete. I've been clearing out this a little bit. I got to take most of this rock and put it down that low spot so we don't run off in it. Then we got this tent was given to us. Big tent, 6'8".
Yeah?
And we're blessed. We got buku mattresses in it. This table was found and I just covered it with this black vinyl.
Right on.
The tent leaks like a sieve, but you're welcome to
Well, I appreciate it. Just
take a picture or whatever you want. Plus they gave us a Mr. Heater propane heater and hose. Hope Ministry did.
yeah.
And we got credit for the tank over at Fiscus. So all we got to do is just $27.49 we get it replaced.
Right.
Jimbo's got his, he's got an avid, he's got highly collectible baseball cards.
Yeah.
He's into that heavy. And we're going to get some pallets to make him a better house storage. And when he gets this other tent, he's going to use it for storage.
Well, we can get you pallets if you need pallets.
And then I got some camo net I'm going to put up over the entrance there, the walkway.
Yeah.
And there's the extra tent poles. We got buku tools, easy tools. Got a baby moon hubcap I thought I could use for a mirror.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get rid of all this cotton thick and thorny stuff. It ain't no fun playing with it, but hey, it works.
Right.
This is heavily growed up. But all this was cleared out when I moved down here. Surprised me. Then we got more spots back here where we're going to put the other tent when Jimbo gets here. We're going to put a tent right in here, a little smaller one.
Uh-huh.
Use it for storage. And I'll be cutting some of this down, making a perimeter barrier down through here. Like you see some of that wall.
Right.
Alternative ways out of here and up to the upper level.
Right.
We got a couple of colored buddies that live down that way, but his older brother's not too.
You have plans for more people or just you and him, you think?
As far as we know, it's just him and I, but they may or may not. Sometimes people coming through need a place to stay, or we find somebody down the luck.
Right.
I've always brought them in and helped them.
Right.
Give them a meal or a place to stay, or help them get on down the road. I share the word with the others and try to. I think it's my calling. I choose to live this way more than really have to.
Right.
I could go to Hutchinson.
You okay being on camera?
I don't mind at all.
Okay,
I don't mind
appreciate
at
it.
all. I have no objections whatsoever. I'm happy to. I don't mind at all. Just don't.
So why are you out here instead of somewhere else?
I don't want to be a burden to my kids in Hutchinson. Plus, their mother and I don't see eye to eye.
Yeah.
And I did time in Kansas in '82. I did 9 years, 3 months, and 3 days. Made parole December 12th of '91. And during that time, I met my natural mom 47 years later.
Wow.
And I was born in Hunter, Oklahoma, just 35 miles northeast of Enid, Oklahoma, where I was raised by adopted parents. My adopted parents and my natural brother's adopted parents lived in the same town and best friends, and we ran together for years and never knew we were brothers.
How about that? So you working now, or try to find stuff, or?
I ain't trying to work at all.
Yeah.
I don't want to work. I can make more money out here.
Yeah.
I make more money. It's tax-free too. Now
So you just flying a sign, or?
Well,
are you collecting anything from the VA or anything like that, or?
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I'll get 6 years. Honorable discharge of 75. Went in April 16th of '69. I graduated '68. And actually, I ended up being Army National Guard. But I don't know who that little white truck was came by. I don't care.
Dead end down there?
Huh?
Is it a dead end?
It goes underneath the bridge, it comes out, across down by the 100 houses.
Okay.
And out. But, unless the train's on the track, you'll have to turn around and come back.
Right.
That's the only thing I hate about going over to Millennium, these stores. It's such a walk sometimes. And it's a pain waiting on the train.
Yeah.
Always a pain. Because you got 2 sets of tracks this side, and you got 4 on the other side. I got to cut these stumps out to do something. These little tables, the other ones down at the 670 camp, the other guy, we found these in a dumpster.
Yeah.
By that auction house down there, by Chambers there, got them post.
Yeah.
And they were going, and it was a dumpster, they didn't sell. They had 25 bucks for the pair. I got them both and brought them. They come in handy.
Yeah.
Friend, give me a leather jacket I wear sometimes. There's our green catcher.
Yeah. Yeah, there's your Indian.
Yeah, we had a guy that was a full-blood Kickapoo used to stay down with us down in West 670, and he had to go back to tribal council because he was a senior member.
Yeah.
He died there of a heart attack. And so his niece and nephew came and blessed the ground down there and spread his ashes and sage. And after we'd had them back, they couldn't have run us out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they ain't run them out yet.
Funny.
Yeah, so it's still, basically it's still sacred. I mean, you know, we're just not, nobody's
Lucky the male
living there
timber
right
was
now.
buried down there.
I mean, I'm sure there's going to be other people coming through.
Dave, not David, but David, he's underneath that bridge down there. We'll go down there and we're going to talk to him here in a minute.
Yeah, Dave's down there.
Dave's on the other side of the track.
Dave's on the other side of the tracks, but he put his tent, he moved his tent. He moved his tent on the other side of the tracks. Okay. Over there, kind of where, you know, in the front of our camp, but kind of over on that side, you know, towards, you know.
And Amanda's down there too. We got some shoes for her out in the truck.
Oh, great.
Well, she was down there, but I guess apparently she left with her daughter.
Oh, sure you left?
Yeah.
Well, I'll just leave. If I cannot leave the shoes with you guys then?
Yeah.
Because I know that you guys will make sure she gets them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll bring them up to you in a minute.
Either that or you can leave them with Dave down there if he's there. He'll see to it, 'cause she'll come down. It's kind of hard
She ain't
for her
going
to
to be
get
back
up.
for a while, though.
It's kind of,
She'll be back over there.
Okay.
Is it all right if I ask you some questions?
sure.
Are you all right being on camera?
You don't mind, do you?
Let me ask you, I don't know if you've been any other places, but if a person had to be homeless, how do you think Kansas City is as a place where you got to be?
Well, I don't have much problem because I have no detainers. The people that have detainers are, and the way some of the cops are about flying now, there's one in particular that gives the most problem. He's this black guy that runs around. He used to be a lieutenant. He's been busted 3 times and everything. He comes by and he runs us all off, takes names and everything. Says, "I'll catch you again, I'll send you to jail." And everything. And I said, "Well, I don't care, take me to jail. I'll waste taxpayers' dollars if you want to do that. All I can do is just turn around and let me go."
What does flying mean, Cooper? What is flying?
Well, you can hold a sign. What I normally do is have a sign that says, homeless, please help, God bless. That's all I put on it. And I never say a word. I just sit out on a bucket by that intersection by Fiskett, behind Wendy's, and they keep running me off of there saying it's illegal. But yet the mayor doesn't rule it's all right for homeless supply, just as long as you ain't in front of businesses or on business property. But this one cop says, I don't care what the mayor says.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, really? So I got a hold of the mayor's office and told him. But he never would. He'd hide his name. He'd hide his badge and everything.
Huh.
Because he knew he was doing wrong, but he just takes it on himself being an old school cop. You know, like most cities, you got crooked cops.
It's an older guy?
Well, he's about 40s or so, maybe.
Yeah.
He's younger than me. I'll be 60 1st October.
Right on. Well,
one foot in the grave, the other in the banana field, so to speak.
yeah. Part of what we're doing is we're filming a TV show called My Brother's Keeper, and it's just kind of to talk about how good a job are we doing in America or in Kansas City of taking care of each other. And do you feel like one of the questions we ask people is if they feel like there's somebody in particular, some ministry or some person in particular that they feel like is doing a really good job of being their brother's keeper. Who do you think, you know, of all the people, all the ministries that you've contacted, who do you feel like is doing a really good job of taking care of each other?
I have to say Hope and Faith, because they've been, I mean, these people, because they were righteous. Then the next one would be like Uplift.
Yeah.
They come by and help a lot.
Yeah, Uplift is, they come and help us. Certain days they'll come and help us with
Monday,
stuff
Wednesday,
like that.
and Saturday.
Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday they come and they help us with food and whatever else. And
Right here to the camp? I mean, they know where you are?
Supplies and
They
stuff
come
like
right
that.
down here and stuff.
Yeah. Cool.
So that's a big help. I mean, you know, that's
At least we ain't got to go back down to the bottom to catch it, you know. That's a blizzard. That's quite a long walk, especially get hung up in these cotton chicken trains.
And
Right.
as far as going to the church, you know, eating and stuff in Kansas City, it seems like the soup kitchens and stuff like that. Seems like there's a lot of places to go, and certain times, you know, and everything to go and eat.
Like the Gold Dome, they got.
Yeah, there's
Saturday
every day
and
you can eat every day.
And every
you know
day
where
at
to go.
13th and Broadway. That
Yeah, they got soup kitchens right there at 13th and Broadway all the way up till 2 o'clock.
Right on. Is there somebody that you feel like isn't doing, like they're supposed to be taking care of folks, but they're not doing a good job at all? I mean,
Union Mission. I was there when I got out of prison.
yeah.
VA said they couldn't accept me, although I was supposed to be accepted. St. Joe was full, so they brought me up and dropped me off at City Union Mission. Well, I gave my life back to the Lord there.
Yeah.
I knew Mike Durst, he was a counselor. He's good people. And some of the staff was good. Some of them was, they talked the talk but didn't walk the walk. One of them got busted in the parking lot on camera buying crack and drinking. And that's a no-no for staff there.
Sure.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
That was back in 07. I got out September 25th, 07. But they were too full of hypocrisy. And they had one black brother that lives right there, and staff ain't supposed to live with us there, but one of them lives there. I'm happier out here. I can have a closer with God and nature, and I've never been happy in my life. With Boy Scouts and all, and learned I love this life. And I feel like this is where I hope to die, out free like this.
Not too soon.
Well, if man calls me, it's meant to be.
Yeah.
I can't stop Mother Nature or the man upstairs.
That's right.
I can add. I mean, you know, with like what Cooper's saying about there's certain organizations that are they kind of like show favoritism, I think, towards certain people. And I mean, I've seen that a lot in this city too. And like, for instance, like the housing authority, you know, for like HUD and stuff like that. There's a lot of people that get first dibs and ahead of the homeless and stuff. And it doesn't seem fair because I've been on a list. I mean, I filed for housing a long time. I mean, over a year ago, and I'm still like way at the bottom of the list. And I mean, I've been living out here for a year now, you know, on the street. And I feel like there's a lot of favoritism in this city, maybe, you know, towards like, you know, certain people get ahead of the list because of this and that.
Yep.
I mean, you know, I don't have kids or nothing like that, but I mean, I feel like, you know, it shouldn't take that long to get help sometimes. And there's empty, you know, there's abandoned houses, you know, places that people could be fixing up. And I mean, I don't see how somebody couldn't go in and, I mean, I'd even be willing to volunteer my time to go in and, you know, clean up some of these neighborhoods or whatever, you know. I mean, I just do it voluntarily, you know, but I mean, there's no programs like that. I mean, for youngsters, you know, like 16 and 17, 18-year-olds.
Right.
I mean, you know, for somebody like me that's an older person that's willing to put forth the effort, I mean, I don't see why, you know, it's like
Right.
almost like I'm kind of like out of the picture or something sometimes. You know?
How old are you?
I'm 34.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I can still work. I mean, you know,
You're
I'm
still
not
in
done.
your prime, buddy.
Yeah,
You're lucky.
I'm not like
If I had
done
half the
yet.
energy you got, I'd be blessed. Lord, I'd be blessed.
Yeah, that's just,
But see, I got
That's just
vascular
fine.
deficiencies. I got my knees are free floating. I got degenerative right hip and leg socket. L1, 3, and 4, and my discs are blown. And how I walk straight as I do. That came from a cycle wreck in 78 in Oklahoma.
Yeah. Is there anything you'd like to tell folks that are watching the show about the reality or, you know, misunderstandings they might have about folks that are homeless or anything?
Well, a lot of people view homeless as criminal or evil or bad because some of them come across them so forceful and flying. Then there's other people that are good and give advice to others and help them, others on the way. And like Brian knows, we help other people all the time. Uplift knows it too.
right.
And Lucas and Caleb, when they brought Presbyterian or whatever, they have, the 12th we had over 60 kids down here, teenage kids down in the bottom. We've had to cook up and we've played games and stuff. But they'd sit there on each other's lap and giggle and talk, and they're asking all these questions about my background and they're telling my stories and telling what I've been into, Lucas and Caleb. I said, don't go this path. Don't get off into Satanism like I was. I was one away from being a satanic priest, and I give all that up, thank goodness. Comes a time in your life you get sick and tired of, you know, and all running around and looking over your shoulder and hiding. Now I've never had no more peace in my entire life than I have now. And I'll do out of my way to help anybody. If I see somebody abuse a child or a woman, I may come out of my shell and revert back to some of my evil past because I don't like that a bit. I'll protect a wife, a woman, or a child, or an animal in my very life.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of misconception about homeless people because I mean I had a woman from the fire department the other day who worked with the ambulance, and she was talking to me about people on the streets are usually drunks and drug addicts and this and that, and I said, well, I don't feel like I fit that category because I mean, yeah, I've drank and I've done my share of drugs and stuff like that, but I mean I'm not like a full-blown addict. I mean I feel like I still got a lot of things to offer others, you know, and everything, but just because I live on the streets, people look at it like, oh, well, you're a lost cause and all this and that, and that's not necessarily true. I mean, with me, because I mean, I feel like in a year from now, I could have a good job, and I could have my own business or anything like that. I still feel like I have a lot to offer, but you know, everybody kind of, even my family members, I feel like have kind of written me off right now. It's like, you know, like they kind of almost feel like they disown me, because when I talk to my family, it's like they don't think of me as the same person as before because of my circumstance. She's like, you know, I talk to people and they're like, when are you going to get your life together and this and that. Sometimes it's harder for a person to deal with the certain things of going, you know, bad things happening, and it's harder for some of us to get back on our feet again. It's just a matter of time, you know, before. Some people it just takes longer than others, you know, that's the way, you know, it's just, you know, understanding, you know, people don't understand the kind of hardships that we go through sometimes. So I just fell on bad hardships, and you know, I pray that, you know, one of these days I can do better for myself, you know, eventually. I mean, you know, I'm still working on trying to get my ID back because, you know, some guys jumped me at the bus stop, and you know, I have to go back and do all that again, over again. So that's about all I got to say.
You got jumped.
Yeah, so it's just, you know, falling on hard times, I guess. That's about all I can say.
Sure.
And even still, you find out where they're at, you let me know. It ain't gonna be my hands, but I got the connections from my past. They'll take care of it. We got an alibi.
Okay, good. Well, that's on video.
Alright, that was on video. How did you get all that?
Yeah.
At least it ain't audio. If it is, I'm in deep trouble, ain't I?